Hello, Marcus here. I just wanted to go over quickly. This is my top race TR-211 excavator. It's really basically a Huina. It's the Huina 580 excavator. So same manufacturer. This is my conversion. This is the excavator here that I got. It came with originally all these parts, this horrible controller from Top Race. That was horrible. It had micro, or I shouldn't say micro, but it had servo, linear servos to articulate the bucket and move the crowd in and out, and then there was a drive motor that and a large sprocket inside here that raised and lowered the boom. So I wanted to get rid of all those electrics, and I found a company in Spain, MEGOM HRC, and MEGOM HRC provided a kit where I could convert the bucket, the articulation for the bucket, the crowd, and the boom lift cylinders now are all actual hydraulics. So inside my motor compartment here now, I have a brushless motor on a hydraulic pump. I'm using my FlySky transmitter here. You can see on here I have multiples on here. I'm running my excavator, my Huina 580, and then I have a radio controlled Hinlong tank that I run on this. I'll probably do a video on that here before too long. So then I have my 10-channel receiver in here, and then I have my light switches, my electronic speed control, my valve body here that operates all three of the hydraulics for the boom, the crowd, and the bucket articulation. So everything's done here. Now this is the original cover that came with this Top Race excavator, and then of course I've got a decal kit here for Caterpillar, the 320D, so it covers all the Top Race logos, and then down here on the track frame and the undercarriage here. But the original batteries were only 1500 ampere hour batteries, so they were pretty small batteries, so there wasn't a lot of runtime here. So what I came up with on Thingiverse, I found a location where I could download a new top cover for my excavator that gave me more room, and now I have a 5000 ampere hour battery that I can go inside. It's a little bit taller cover for my engine compartment. Also, one of the things that I did, because I really couldn't see the hydraulic reservoir, is I took my cutter, my die grinder, and I cut out this top of this die cast metal cover. And this is your hydraulic reservoir, and then the pump is back here, and then the motor, brushless motor's on the back. This is where you fill your hydraulic reservoir, and then there's a sight glass right here on the front. So you had to take this hard die cast cover off with all the fasteners underneath the bottom here. So it was kind of a chore to check that out periodically. So I came up with this cover that basically looks like an air inlet cleaner and a bonnet, and I designed this one myself on Tinkercad. So that's on my webpage for the Tinkercad, and then I found this one on the top cover here for Thingiverse, and it locks on just like the original cover does. So that's a great big plus. So it locks on everything. It fits really nicely. So what we're going to do here, I do have on this excavator some modifications I made on the track frame. The final drives, I kept on breaking the back sprockets. The track tension was really excessively tight on these tracks, and I found a company here. If you look here, this is the company that I found that had a lighter spring tension for the track tensioner. So I replaced those springs on the undercarriage, which was a great improvement and prolonged the life of my drive sprockets and my final drive here. So I wasn't damaging this drive sprocket and my undercarriage. So then from it's MEGOM HRC is the company in Spain, and this is one of their quick coupler that goes on an attachment such as a bucket, ripper tooth, whatever you're going to put on here on the front. So this is just one that I haven't put on or used yet. And then so the kit comes and then it replaces this is the wishbone here for your bucket curl. They give you a little bit longer one, and it gives you a little more travel when you put your quick coupler on for a little more travel for your bucket. So inside my cockpit here, it might be kind of hard to see, but I do have a driver inside. The Brooder figurines, they fit perfectly here inside the cab. So the kit from MEGOM HRC in Spain includes all the hoses, the cylinders. Then you purchase the quick coupler separately, and then the attachment for the hoses. All those come in here. I'm able to build my own springs, and so I always thought on excavators here between the boom and the crowd, because this moves in and out so often, that hoses wear here, and a lot of manufacturers will put springs here to protect the hoses. So that was an added thing that I added to mine. So the quick coupler, I've got a lever right here, and I throw this lever, and that releases whatever attachment. So this one is my ripper tooth. So the ripper tooth just goes on. And that couples up. Whoops. And locks. And now I have a ripper tooth on here. So the ripper tooth, it comes off, the quick coupler. Then I have a smaller bucket. This is my version 3 bucket. The last one that was on was the version 4 bucket. And so this is version 3 bucket that I just put on. And then I 3D printed this grading bucket. And I decided, I got this on Thingiverse, but I redesigned it, and I put a grading blade on the back, and then of course your bucket here. So this also, I use my quick coupler, and that bucket goes on. Also on Thingiverse, I found the same place where I had some forks, and that was kind of handy to have forks to go on here. And I've made these little miniature pallets out of balsa wood, and so I can lift those pallets up, and these are some 3D printed concrete culverts that I made. So I can take that off, the forks off, and then we'll put this bucket over here, and then we'll just put our big version 4 bucket back on. And then I also have, and came up with on Thingiverse, a trench box. So I have a trench box that I made. And then I designed myself a set of K-rails. So they pin together. So I have a pin here. And I designed these myself on Tinkercad. So those are my K-rails that I designed. So this is really my conversion. So what we're going to do here, we're going to fire this up. Like I say, I got my big Puvway 5,000 ampere hour battery here, and it gives me quite a bit of runtime even with the hydraulics here. So I can put the battery in, tuck everything down there nice and neat. But with that original cover, there was no way to get a larger battery in here. And so with that additional top cover, then we'll turn our transmitter on here. Oops. Forgot, you're supposed to turn the transmitter on first. So I got to turn this off. Put all the switches up. Transmitter's on. Battery. Top cover. And now we're ready to fire up here. So this is my FlySky 16 channel radio transmitter. And I have a 10 channel receiver here in the back. And the way I programmed this is my hydraulic pump does not run. I can turn it on with this switch. I have half speed and then I have full speed on my pump. But if I turn it in this off position here, I can, now it senses when I use the control, and so the pump comes on, and depending on how much switch I use, the pump activates. So this is the swing. Now the swing is electric, but the curl for my bucket is hydraulic. The boom in and out, or this is the, I call the crowd in and out, and then the boom up and down. And you see, that kind of conserves my battery. The pump is not running until I actually need that to run. And then also on my boom, the original lighting that came from Top Race, I have a switch down inside, and I can control the lights and turn the lights on and off for the excavator. And then, like I said, I have a high torque, high speed replacement swing motor. I also replaced the plastic swing equipment inside in favor of a heavier duty swing. And then I also put in a new rotary there, for all my wiring here for the batteries. And then the travel motors are, of course, they are also electric. Get this out of the way. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set this over here just a little bit. I'm going to swing this around, and then I'm going to set my boom down here and raise this up. And I have quite a bit of power here, but on my transmitter I have rotary switches at the top, and these are actually my travel motors. So this is the right track is in the air now. You can see I can turn the right track. So that's considerably better than what was on this. You use these buttons on the top of this Top Race controller for forward and reverse on those motors. Now I just can roll the switch. So if I bring my boom up, swing around here, then we move it back over, Swing it around. Set the boom down. And I lift that one up, and now I can do that's reverse, and that's forward on my drive motors. So anyway, this is my updated top race TR-211 excavator. So updated the engine compartment to where I actually can get rid of these 1500 ampere hour in favor of a 5000 ampere hour battery. Gives me a lot more run time. This is all die cast. It's cast, everything's cast. And then when I replaced these linear actuators here, so this one would have been down inside, this servo would have been down inside. So I filled this all in with epoxy, and then I repainted the boom and the crowd when I got rid of, so you can see there's no hole here. Those are all covered now in place of these linear servos. So you had a servo motor and then a linear screw. They're threaded, so they thread it in and out as the, and that's really what they had for top race or Huina. So that was my repair, so I don't have any holes left in my boom or my crowd where those were installed. So anyway, just thought I would show you some of the things that I've done with my excavator. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a nice day.